What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Akalon here, and welcome back to each and one of you. And of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. I am very happy to have you here. Hey guys, Future Akalon here. I just quickly wanted to interrupt and apologize if I'm kind of stumbling over words here. I recorded this video at 4 a.m. in the morning, so let's just say quite tired. My brain is not working the way it should work, so if I make mistakes, if I'm stumbling over, please forgive me. Please forgive me. You can hear it's not working anymore. The mouth and the brain has disconnected from one another.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
They are working independently right now, so just forgive me for that, but I hope you enjoy the video. Fucking love you guys. Thank you so much. Of course, in today's video, we're taking a look at the brand new cinematic that just launched with the Shadowlands Pre Patch. Well, I guess launch is a little bit of a strong word. It was datamined by WoWhead, so not really planned by Blizzard. In fact, no one even knew that this was coming. We had speculations that a new cinematic might be hitting. No one knew that it was actually going to be datamined, but then again, maybe this was Blizzard's plan all along, to kind of leak it, but not really leak it. Now, of course, this cinematic really slots in just before you start the pre-patch event for Shadowlands. So when you talk to whoever the respective sort of incursion lords of the pre-patch is, for us, it's Lorthamar in Orgrimmar. I can't remember who it is for the Alliance, but when you talk to them, they kind of show you what happened to all of the leaders of the Horde and the Alliance. And I believe right now, if you did it in the PTR, you would get just placeholder. But I believe it's this cinematic that we see here. Now, the cinematic itself doesn't have a whole lot to unveil, which is why I'm not going to do the old school sort of analysis. There is 3 or 4 lines within the cinematic that really does just tingle the speculation theories, just really makes things clear in some ways. In other ways, there's definite speculation that can be done around a new CGI cinematic, most likely coming also at the launch of Shadowlands Pre-Patch. But I'm just gonna say right now, this is quite an exciting time. This is the first time in a very long time that we've actually done an offline video, so I'm very excited to bring you guys this. Hopefully I don't suck in offline all of a sudden. But remember, you can follow me live every Tuesday to Friday on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. Especially once you're watching this, we should be live doing dungeons and stuff in the pre-patch. So come say hello. The link is in the description down below, or every Sunday right here on YouTube. Please also remember to slap a like on this video. It does help out the channel a ton, and hit that subscribe button if you want more of my content. Right, with all that said, let's jump straight into the video. Right, so the first very important line here is just after we see, the sky has been shattered, we see Sylvanas ripping the helm apart, we get this voice line from Bolvar.
I knew she would come one day to seize this power for herself. Instead, she has done the unthinkable.
She's gonna come to claim that power for herself. And finally, everything that Bolvar did during Legion makes a hell of a lot of sense. Right? Remember back in Legion, if for those of you who haven't followed since Legion, I'll quickly give you a recap of one of the videos I made there where I asked, what the fuck is Bolvar doing? Why is it seemingly as if Bolvar is setting up the Lich King's army again? He's restoring the Knights of the Ebon Blade, he's raising the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse effectively. Why is he doing all of these things? But one of the things that didn't at the time click with this line clicks perfectly. Remember, in Legion was the first time that Sylvanas openly started to make moves in some direction or another, even though most of us didn't quite understand what Sylvanas was up to. Remember, we have that whole deal with Helia, the breaking of the lantern as she was trying to enslave Aer. None of us really understood what was happening, but there was a lot of speculation around it. Bolvar obviously saw something that the rest of us did not. But Bolvar misread the situation, and he admits it in this video himself. He always thought, that at some point Sylvanas will come to claim the ultimate power for herself, to claim that helm. He could never have foreseen what Sylvanas would ultimately do with that helm. So why did Bolvar raise, or basically resuscitate, the Knight of the Ebon Blade? He was building an army for himself again, but basically to do with that army what that army did to Arthas. Remember, the Knights of the Ebon Blade were instrumental in defeating Arthas. So if he had the Knights of the Ebon Blade restored to where they were before, and remember right now, canonically speaking, all of the DKs that can be raised from every single race in World of Warcraft, all of them is because of Bolvar. Bolvar allowed for all of these DKs to be risen or arise or come back to life. Well, anyways, whatever the hell you want to call it, that's what Bolvar did. So Bolvar has really been strengthening the numbers of DKs, and of course DKs that would be loyal to him. He could never have foreseen that Sylvanas had no interest in claiming the helm. Sylvanas wanted something more. And of course, now we're going to see what exactly it is that Sylvanas is after.
Now, she will come for them all. To finish what she started. And break all who opposed her. Azeroth together will be in her sights.
Now, the next thing that's really interesting within this cinematic is Bolvar's claims that Sylvanas will now go after everyone that sort of keeps the world together, that sort of almost ensures the unity between the Horde and the Alliance. She is going to capture all of them. Now, the question, of course, becomes, is Bolvar correct in why she's going after them? In other words, the ones who keep the Horde and the Alliance from killing each other and basically trying to work together? Or is there an even greater reason for why Sylvanas went after them? This, of course, we can't answer. I still believe, to my core, that there is a bigger reason, and this of course comes from Thrall within the Shadowlands, where Thrall says that the jailer himself has been overseeing their treatment in the Maw, and at times it felt more as if the jailer was tasting them rather than just torturing them. So what were those tests designed to do? What was the jailer trying to achieve throughout that? Now, of course, we do have more recent leaks from the art book specifically that kind of tells us what the jailer does to people that he drags into the Maw. He tortures them to the point where they are completely broken, and then once they are completely broken, he turns them into weapons for his army, which is effectively what he may have been doing with Thrall, with Jaina, with Bane, and with Anduin, trying to break them to the point where they would join his army. But of course, we do know, spoiler alert, that we're gonna save many of them. We still don't know where Tyrande is, but she will most likely feature at some point. And that's where some huge speculation comes in from my side. We see how every single one of the leaders is taken, or at least we see the build-up to every single leader taken. The one leader we know for a fact that isn't taken is Tyrande. She manages to fight them off. Now, I want you to pay attention to just how quickly the Mawsworn took Anduin. Greymane and Anduin didn't even have a chance to respond. Not a single spell cast, not a single... Well, Anduin managed to draw his weapon before he was plucked up. There was just no time. The chains that they use also, very cool, because that gives us an exact point of what Sylvanas' magic is. Remember, a lot of people asked about the chains that Sylvanas was using. We now know that that is magic from the Maw, because the Mawsworn were using the exact same chains. Anduin and Greymane had no chance to respond. Even the magnificent Jaina couldn't stop them. Of course, we don't see that happens off screen, but we know that Jaina is within the Maw. So even the powerful Jaina, known at the moment at least as at least the second most powerful mage on Azeroth, just behind Ajara, she couldn't stop them. However, Tyrande could. Tyrande wasn't taken. She fought them off. Lorthamar himself says he doesn't know how she did it. He does not understand where she got that amount of power from. I believe we're gonna get a CGI cinematic showing how Tyrande does it. I genuinely believe that. I think at the launch of Shadowlands, of the pre-patch at least, we will see the cinematic as Lorthamar or whoever, I think Greymane in the Alliance, tell you what happened. And then right after that, we're going to see what happened to Tyrande, how she fought them off. And personally, oh my god, I cannot wait. A CGI cinematic with Tyrande as one of the mainstays? Sign me up. I'm interested in watching that, because that would just be too cool. Plus, we would get to see the Night Warrior's power in CGI, with Blizzard's CGI, right? So there's just absolutely every reason to be excited for that. But I do think that that would be the most perfect CGI cinematic to really restore the hype that's been sort of bleeding out over the course of the last few weeks with Blizzard announcing the delay. A lot of people now going, I don't really know if I'm excited for World of Warcraft anymore, because, you know, delays tend to have a bit of a negative effect on people's excitement. So the CGI, I think, will just get a lot of people back on board. But right, so that aside, we see how every single one of the Horde leaders is taken. We finally see how Anduin sort of shows us how it would have happened for every single one of the Alliance and Horde leaders. And then we get back to Bolvar. Now, it is here that Bolvar's ultimate line scares the living, I don't want to say fuck out of me, but it does kind of scare me. Bolvar says that he could never have imagined what Sylvanas would have done with the helm. But now that she has done it, and again, paraphrasing, I'm sure Alex will put something on the screen so that you can get the exact lines of what happened there. Yeah. But it will bring the end of us all. Now, in the art book, Bolvar makes it very clear that the jailer is an evil older than reality itself. In other words, the jailer isn't just a minor evil, not just a minor blip on our way through the story of World of Warcraft. This is an evil that has existed almost, at least for reality, since time began. So for us, since our time began, the jailer has been an evil. And he has just been unleashed, or at least the first part of his prison have been broken. And he says that the jailer, or this thing that Sylvanas just did, will bring the end of us all. And I thought about that for quite a while. So for those of you that don't know, the cinematic launched about 2 hours ago. For the last 2 hours, I've been thinking non-stop, where does all of this lead? Why does he say this? What exactly is important in all of this? And then it dawned on me. Remember, I have a speculation theory that I shared with you guys on Sunday that suggests that all of the cosmological forces, if you look at the cosmological map, these forces were once one, because the art book tells us that the jailer is older than reality itself. It means that reality, the center part of the cosmological force, needs to be, or at least wasn't there from the very beginning. That part came later. So then I said, well, what if all of these cosmological forces were once one? And for this, we take Xal'atath's Whisper as sort of the conduit, or the Cadillac for that, right? Where is it the Cadillac? I don't know. Whatever the fucking English word is for that, guys. You have to excuse me. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm making this video at 4 a.m. I'm tired. is sort of the best way to put that. But right, so Xal'atath tells us that they don't view the light as an enemy, just brothers and sisters who have lost their way, who will return to the masters in time. So this tells us that at one point, these cosmological forces may have been part of the same society. They may have existed within the same world. And thanks to a great war, it tore them apart, it pushed them away, and in the great beyond, there are power in names, or there is power in names, so the great beyond sort of came afterwards, this world that is called reality. Now, if you are a being that is supercharged by our very souls, the soul of mortal beings, what would you want if you are to destroy all of the other cosmological forces? You would want our souls. So what the jailer wants is ultimately actually rather simple. He wants to destroy all mortal life, claim the anima, and build an army strong enough to destroy all of the other cosmological forces. This, all of it, at least is according to Bolvar. Now, as I stated before, Bolvar have been wrong on many an occasion. And he was wrong about what Sylvanas ultimately wanted to do with the helm. He didn't even know that. So perhaps all of this is misleading, perhaps all of this is true. We don't know at the moment what is what. Now, personally, I wish the cinematic had even more. Personally, I wish there was even more hidden within the cinematic. But unfortunately, there isn't. Unfortunately, this cinematic is very cool, but it's not necessarily anything that we can really analyze within the cinematic that we haven't at least known about for some time and haven't already speculated on. But I do want to pass the question off to all of you. What do you think is the jailer's plan? Of course, you can let me know in the comment section down below. And then, do you believe that that Bolvar is telling the truth? And more importantly, and this is the question of the video, do you think we'll see a CGI cinematic with Tyrande? Hit me up in the comment section down below. Now remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and smash that bell if, of course, you enjoyed this video. Also, the conversation always takes place within the comment section. You can follow me live on Twitch, link in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, to all of the patrons, the Twitch subs, and of course the YouTube channel members, thank you so much for your support. It means the absolute world to me. Thanks to you guys, I'm able to do the things that I do, and this channel keeps growing every single day. I quite literally wouldn't be here without you, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Guys, always, my name is Akalon, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, fam.